I could not survive it again. I couldn't do it.
So this past week I opened up about my eating disorder and I came out about it on this channel. I didn't think I was ready for it. I still don't know if I'm ready for it, but I kind of want to stay on this track where I'm bringing awareness to mental health, anxiety, and depression. I feel like it's not talked about. I feel like there's bad stigmas, and I feel like I have some kind of responsibility to keep this talk going now that we started it on my channel. With that being said, I decided to make a series on this channel called The Truth About, where I talk to other YouTubers candidly on camera, super real and raw, about what they're struggling with off camera. I feel like YouTubers have a stigma that their lives are perfect, and we're all humans just like you guys. Let's bring the wall down, let's bring awareness, and let's keep the conversation going. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Truth About. I am so excited for this episode. Guys, we are talking to somebody that I've been watching their videos for a long time now and I've never met them. And from the title of this video, you guys will see that I'm talking with Molly Burke. I am so excited. This has been her year on YouTube. She's really, I feel like, come out of her shell, and she is known for making videos and being blind. She does a lot of vlogs. She does a lot of random stuff, and her personality is just so charming. I adore her. I am so excited to sit down and talk with her. If you guys are subscribed to her or heard of her, you know she's very open about going blind. I don't want to just talk about her being blind because she talks about it all the time on her channel, but I want to know her story behind going blind and if there's any struggles she deals with today that she doesn't really talk about, because she's always happy in her videos, like always happy. So I want to just like get real and just really get to know her and have you guys get to know her too. So I am running late. I don't know if you guys noticed, I don't have any makeup on right now. She lives quite a bit away from me, so I'm gonna have some time to do my makeup in the car, but I'm so excited, and let's go see Molly. We're outside of Molly's building and I ran into her mom. Hi guys. And she has blue ends in her hair. Yay! I love your hair.
Different blue.
You are
good.
mom goals. I'm fangirling. I love Molly. I've been following her on YouTube.
And you're even prettier in real life, by the way.
Oh my god, thank you.
Truly.
That's so sweet, because sometimes I feel like I I make myself look better online, and then in person I'm scared people are like,
no disappointments here. It's all good.
you guys talk the same. Oh my god, this is so funny. I'm fangirling. Hey boo. I'm obsessed with your hair color. I know it's like in between a color that
My in-between phase.
it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's like perfect for fall. Your room is adorable.
The stuffed animal wall was really what I wanted. And look at this photo of Gallup.
Oh my god, and there's feathers on it.
because he's wearing angel wings.
Oh my god, you can feel your whole room.
I know.
So the irony is that when it's dark in here is when you can see your room.
Yes. So
Oh
I enjoy
my
my
God.
room the most when it's totally dark in here.
Oh my god.
And you can make them like do all different things.
So you see all that?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm excited for our little chit chat.
I know. We should probably get to it because otherwise we're just gonna keep talking.
We've been spending the last hour just talking because we discovered that we're like the same person.
Yeah.
Like I know we were just chatting like for hours before we actually like sat down to record this because we're like the same person.
The same person. It's actually crazy. But I knew that just from watching your videos.
I know. I feel like I connect with your personality. Like I could have sworn we were the same sign or born in the same month or something.
Yeah.
For everyone watching, they probably either know who you are or they don't know who you are. And if they know who you are, they obviously know the type of blind you are. And I know you're so probably sick of explaining this because I feel like it's what all your comments are.
But she can see, right? I think number one, a big misconception is that blindness is nothing. Like every blind person, if you use the word blind, it means you see nothing. And the reality is 90% of blind people have remaining vision. And so most of us actually can see. For me, in my case, what I have remaining is light and shadow. So for example, right now, when light is the most overpowering thing, everything else is dark. So this whole room is dark except for that light, and that light. The 3 lights that we have set up to film. Because those are the brightest thing in the room, so that's immediately like what my eye syncs to.
Wow. So you see sparkles?
Yeah, I can see sparkles and metallics, which this is the craziest thing. When I was sighted, I thought anything with glitter, sparkles, rhinestones was super tacky. And now, everything in my life is like glitter, metallic, rhinestones, sparkles. 24/7 I see fireworks. So they're blue, green, and purple flashing lights, and they're actually the only colors I remember what they look like because I've been seeing them every day of my life since I was like 8. And they never stop. I see that 24/7 and they're blue, green, and purple, and they've never changed.
What was your sighted self like? Like, do you remember that phase of your life?
Yeah, it was, you know, I was never fully sighted. So I was always legally blind, but I consider it like my sighted life because what I could see then, it's like, I mean, I could read books. I could, you know, like to me, I could see colors. I played competitive soccer on a sighted team, even though technically I was legally blind. So the first sign of my disease, I have a disease called retinitis pigmentosa. That's what took my vision. And the first symptom of my disease is night blindness. So I have always been fully blind at night. So it would be like daytime I could see, nighttime I was totally blind. As soon as the sun would start to go down, the world became pitch black to me. And so it was like during the day, I was a normal kid who could see colors and faces and read books and play soccer. And that was like heartbreaking because growing up, there was all those like little moments every now and then where it was like the realization. I mean, from the time I was really little, I knew I was gonna go blind. And so growing up, from a really young age, I started public speaking about it since I was 5, which is really how I got my start as a motivational speaker. So I would go around like all the time telling people like, yeah, I'm gonna go blind one day because I have this disease. That's why I use a cane. I knew all about it, even though I could really see a lot of the world. But they were just like words, you know? It didn't really hit me until my vision loss started getting so significant that I was noticing how it was starting to limit my abilities. And once it started limiting my abilities, that's when I was like, oh my God.
Like it's happening?
This is a real thing. And I was in grade 8. One of the like most difficult times for a lot of people when you're going through puberty and you're discovering yourself and you're figuring things out, my whole world changed. I mean, I wish it upon no one. I could not survive it again. I couldn't do it.
We've talked about you being bullied. Was that the same year you were bullied? Was the year you lost your vision?
I was bullied my whole life. I started getting really severely bullied in grade 1 when a new girl came to our school and decided you could only have one friend and she wanted my best friend. I was kind of like pushed out. And that was also when kids started noticing I was different because grade 1 was when I started writing with markers, like black markers instead of pencil because I couldn't see pencil. And I started writing on like a cream colored paper because the white hurt my eyes too much. Because along with my disease, we're very, very light sensitive. So light hurts our eyes a lot. So like all those things kids started noticing. So between this girl coming in, like taking my best friend away, and then everybody kind of being like, what's her deal? That's when I really started getting bullied. The summer leading into grade 8, I started noticing my vision going. And yet another new girl came to the school. And once again, like that new girl became a part of my group. And it wasn't just 2 of us. Like my group was probably like 5 to 8 girls. And a new girl joined and just didn't want me. And as my vision loss increased and I started going from being this super bubbly, peppy, like loudmouth Molly that like you're getting to know today, I started getting depressed. Like I was really struggling, and the whole group just kind of started not just pushing me out, but like being really horrible.
Like saying things to you or about you?
Doing shocking things. I was abandoned in a forest when they stole my backpack from me, and I was on crutches at the time. They took my crutches and my backpack and abandoned me in a forest at lunchtime. That was the last day I actually went to school. I finished grade 8 from homeschooling for the last 6 weeks because of that. That was like the final straw for my family. Also, like my 14th birthday, we were on a school trip, and the girls like told me they were gonna give me a makeover, and it said like wrote all over my face with makeup, and like took photos and posted them on Facebook, and just horrible things. Spread rumors about me. I remember being at this girl's birthday party. Every girl in the grade had gotten invited, and we were all in the girls' basement. The new girl who had joined my group walks into the smaller room, and she's like, and we were like, what's wrong? And she's like, I just don't want to be out there because they're talking about one of my friends. And we were like, who are they talking about? She's like, well, I mean, they're talking about you, Molly. And I was like, what are they saying? And she's like, they're saying you're faking blind. And I was like, great, so like literally every girl in my grade thinks I'm faking going blind. It's awful. Yeah, and that's when I started becoming like super suicidal. I was self-harming. It was just like not a good scene. I couldn't do it again, but I also wouldn't change a thing, if that makes sense.
Because it's made you. You know, kids at that age aren't understanding at all, and...
Well, what's crazy to me is I even had teachers accusing me of faking. I had the guidance counselor at my school called my psychologist, and they had a conversation, and she blamed not only to my face, but she did it to my parents and to my psychologist, blamed me for being bullied. And that's why my parents pulled me out for the last 6 weeks, because we knew like the school isn't going to step in. Like she basically said it's Molly's fault for being bullied because she's drawing attention to herself by faking blind. And like
pulling you out was the best move your family ever did, because that's horrible.
Absolutely.
I feel like seeing you on camera versus in person is a different experience.
It is, and that's what I always try to explain to people. Like
I can tell you're blind in person.
That's what everybody says. Like nobody who knows me in person would ever question it, because they see me walk into things, they see me trip over stuff, they see me miss when I'm reaching for things.
When we're just talking, like I feel like it's easy to envision where a camera is because of a light, but I feel like when you're talking to a person like me, when it was during the day in your room, there were times you were like looking at my forehead or looking here, or looking at my neck, or like looking down or looking to the side. It's like you can tell that you don't know where my face is, and I can tell.
Exactly, and like my friends, I mean literally daily they see my blind girl moments.
Do you hate when people try to give you empathy and like that must be so hard?
It's difficult for me because I'm like, yes, it is hard, but also like
it
doesn't suck all the time. Exactly, and that's what's difficult is I felt like when I started my channel, I really wanted to be like the perfect blind person. Like, no, everything's good. Like nothing, I don't mess up. I don't do anything wrong. Like, because people already think we screw everything up. People already think we're not capable.
Yeah.
People already think the worst of us. So I wanted to like counteract that by being as perfect as I could. But I also got to a point where I realized like that's doing the rest of my blind peeps an injustice.
What would you say is like today, not past talking, like today, being 24 years old, Molly, living in LA, like what is the number one thing that like gets you down about being blind at this point in your life? Because I feel like going through life being blind, there's probably like maybe around high school, like relationships were something, and then maybe like now it's a whole nother animal. Like what's the one thing that if you are down, what is it?
It sounds really like silly, but I'd say for years now, one of the biggest things that's frustrated me, like it'll be one of the only things that makes me be like, is like freedom. You just don't have the same freedom that you do if you have sight. Like I'm always attached to a dog or a cane or somebody's arm for sighted guide. I'm always on a tandem bike instead of riding my own bike. I'm always like running with somebody instead of running on my own. Like it's not independence, it's freedom. I can make myself a cup of tea. I can go down to Starbucks and order a coffee. I can walk down the street to my Pilates class alone. Like I am independent, but I'm not free. Because when I'm walking to Pilates, Gallup's guiding me. There's always like something there where I'm not like just able to run when I want to. It's like, oh, I have to like plan to get a guide to run with me. But that's not like, I'm not free.
Wow.
And I just miss freedom, which is why like I'll have these experiences every now and then where like Shane will let me drive his car. I never get to just like get behind the wheel of a car and drive down the highway. Like I don't get that freedom. And like that would be what gets me is freedom. And like I don't get to look in the mirror and think I look good today. I have to rely on other people to say you look good today. That makeup suits you. Your outfit looks great. Because the reality is like if I ask a person does this look good, but it's not their style, they might say no. but it's not because it doesn't look good, it's because it's not their style. So it's like a fashion and makeup lover, somebody who's like my entire life been obsessed with it, it's like hard to not have my own freedom of choice, you know? So it's both the freedom to like fully be myself and the freedom to fully move within space that will get me down.
Because I was just asking you earlier today, because your makeup is so beautiful, I was asking if you did it, and you said you did. But then I asked how you know it looks good, and you told me, like, my mom helps me. So I understand that as like someone in my early 20s, we're the same age. I can't imagine, because this is the age where we want to feel that.
Yeah.
It's something us people who have sight take for granted that we don't even realize we have. Now, I want to talk about body image, because I feel like for some reason, I know that people for some reason think people that are blind don't have body image issues.
Right, because we can't look in the magazines, we can't compare ourselves to
you guys are human, and you're a girl, and
a girl who loves like fashion
and makeup.
And
So like, can you explain like what your type of body image issues are and like how you handle it?
Yeah, I think one thing that's a big struggle is nothing's ever in context. My whole body is in pieces. I can't look in the mirror and see that my nose fits my face. I can only ever feel my nose. And so the example I always like to give to people to make this tangible is when you feel your teeth with your tongue, they feel really big in your mouth. But when one falls out, it's tiny. And so it's the same with my nose. I always thought I had a really big nose. I still like, my two biggest insecurities are still probably like my nose and my like thighs and hips. Because to me, I know my measurements and I can feel how curvy my hips are. So like when I feel my body, my rib cage is so small, and then all of a sudden my body goes whoop, and that's all I feel. I don't look in the mirror and see it as a whole person, how it relates to the rest of my body in context.
I don't think sometimes, from what I'm seeing, you don't see your impact.
I very rarely take a step back and applaud myself. I am who I am today because of it, and I love who I am, and I am proud of who I am. And I know that all of those experiences have allowed me to like take all that pain and turn it into purpose and passion to help other people. And I know that not everybody who went through what I did would have the strength to do that. To be so openly vulnerable with the world and share really dark personal moments with people. But I just know that I don't want my story, my situation to go to waste. I want to be the role model that I needed and didn't have. And now with my YouTube channel and with my motivational speaking, I get to do that every day. And even when it does get hard still sometimes, it's worth it when I get those emails or those letters or those comments, or I meet up with people and they tell me, you know, like I was telling you earlier, I was joking like, oh, every one of my meetups, it's just everybody crying. But it's because like everybody's like connecting. And it's actually so beautiful because you see other people supporting other people, like other followers of mine becoming friends and supporting each other because they're all going through stuff, you know? And they feel like I'm that safe person who's open about my own struggle so they can open up to me about theirs. And I think that's really beautiful because that's what I didn't have. And I think would have made a big difference.
I feel like that must be very fulfilling to see like everything added up to this moment.
Yeah. I wake up every day and I'm like, this has given me a gift. What am I going to do with it today?
Thank God for people like you because you have this whole community not had representation, and now you are doing just that. Like you are standing up, and how does that feel being the person you always wanted to look up to growing up?
It's like emotional for me. Like
happy cry worthy?
Yeah, exactly. 2018 is my 10-year anniversary of vision loss.
Wow.
Yeah, and so when I look 10 years ago, 14-year-old Molly wanted to die. And 10 years later, I'm like living my best life. Like life does get better. I am living proof that you can recover.
Molly, can I have a hug?
Oh my God, of course! Yay! This was so great.
I'm so excited. If you guys want to see Molly's video, we're collabing on her channel too. Go watch that, and yeah, we'll see you guys in another Truth About. And this is, we never know where to look. Oh wait, I forgot. See?
It's okay, even my mom forgets I'm blind sometimes, right Mom?